welcome to Hamlet the Avenger. You control Hamlet as you journey to find answers about your father's recent death and embarking on quest for revenge on your father's killer. So as mentioned, this is Hamlet. This was made by Rawhide C and released in the year 2000. So this obviously is a platformer game. The graphics are kind of plain, but they kind of work. They're not too bad. And music is pretty good. Sound is pretty much non-existent. Now for the gameplay, obviously, that's usually how we do things. The jumping in this game is really weird. Basically, you will jump 3 spaces up and then promptly drop down rapidly. This does take some getting used to, in addition to the fact that the jump key is J, as for some reason there are a lot of games that had J as jump. I don't even know. But yeah, it is a pretty standard platform. The skulls are basically your coins, 100 of those and you get free life. Well, it's not really free, you have to pay 100 skulls to get... Never mind. I am overthinking things again. You can also find lives just scattered around. The levels, at least the levels I've played, were very linear, very left to right, and that's pretty much all there is to it. There are a couple of special places, out of the way places where you can actually get some extra stuff, but other than that, if you go from left to right in any given level, at least from the ones I've played, that's pretty much how you play. And the jumping mechanic is kind of reminiscent of Adlo. I haven't covered that game yet, I don't think, in this series, but this is definitely a game I will cover. What I'm getting at, though, is that jumping basically works like this. You can jump from the ground, of course, but if you fall from a surface, then you can actually jump in midair. It's not really a double jump. It's basically a, oops, I've fallen, I better jump now so that I don't die, type of thing. As far as the story, well, it's Hamlet. It's, I would have to say, loosely based on William Shakespeare's play. You do see some story elements from the actual play strewn about here and there. And one of the cutscenes, well, the cutscene that I did get to watch during the making of this video was, it just looked really good. It was pretty fluid animation considering it's MegaZeux. So yeah, I really like that. But the general gameplay definitely doesn't feel like Hamlet. Like, I'm not thinking in the back of my head like, oh, this is a game about Hamlet at any given point in time while I'm playing. So I don't know, it's kind of a push, I guess. Like, if that's important to you, then you're probably not going to be satisfied about this game. If it's not so important and you're just here to play a platformer, then it's a pretty decent platformer. One problem I did run into was during the boss of the first world. I must have glitched it somehow or something, or it might be because of my version of MegaZeux that I'm using. The boss just kind of disappeared and didn't come back after a point, so that was kind of problematic. But overall, I find it was a pretty alright game. It's not one that would be my first choice to play, but it was fairly decent.